Dateline, Sacramento. Man driving stolen police car stops for beer.
Sounds like a reasonable plan.
Story 2 today. Hello, 911. Yeah, I'd like to report myself drunk driving. That's next. Hold on a second. Yeah, it's me. On Men Are So Smart. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Men Are So Smart. It's time for Corvette Ronnie's Crime Beat.
Man driving a stolen police car apparently decided he needed a beer.
In Sacramento, California.
This happened right here.
Where we live and record.
Where we live. Mm-hmm. Although this happened in the city of Sacramento, but close enough. We're in Sacramento County proper. Zachary Samaha, 22, allegedly stole a Sacramento Police Department squad car Saturday evening. A bystander, and I've actually seen the video, he wasn't a bystander so much as he was in his vehicle when he saw a police car back out of a lot and get into a car accident. He backed into a pole and over a curb. So this man, his name is Chris Marzan, a bystander who apprehended him, said the barefoot Samaha drove the car to A1 Market Liquor off Florin Road.
I know where that is.
Nothing good happens on Florin Road. And was headed out of the store with a 40-ounce bottle of beer he had already opened.
The guy, the bystander, ordered the alleged drunk driving, police stealing, whatever, to the ground. He ordered him to the ground and summoned officers who soon arrived to take the young man to jail. Marzan said in an interview with the Sacramento Bee, our local paper, that he's kind of a magnet for mayhem. Don't you love those mayhem commercials?
Yeah, they're the best.
And has performed 4 or 5 other citizens' arrests. Remember that Eddie Griffith episode? Citizens' arrest! Yes. Citizens' arrest! For domestic violence, which is not funny, I'm sorry.
No.
Driving under the influence and credit card theft.
So Marzan says, I don't suggest anyone doing anything like this because if you don't have the proper training or understanding of safety, you could get hurt. I will second that. Marzan completed a public safety class in the 90s, and he has worked security in the past.
He's got experience.
He does have experience. The other thing that helped him out, by the way, is I heard his interview. He has a little bag that he keeps in his car with him with handcuffs and a flashlight. So all he's really missing is a little duct tape and chloroform, and he's got himself a rape kit, but besides
there's
that,
a fine line there, Ron.
Yeah, I mean, it's, whatever.
Now, he says this Samaha guy allegedly took the vehicle after it was left unattended by officers who were responding to another call in the area of, speaking of another street where nothing good ever happens, Stockton Boulevard, and near Florin around 7:17 in the evening. A short time later, motorist Marzan spotted the patrol car swerving as it drove down Stockton Boulevard with its lights off. You always talk about that.
Yes.
Drunk drivers, they forget to put their lights on.
A lot of times.
Yeah.
So Marzan says he flashed his lights at the car, which then pulled a U-turn, fishtailed in the street just before crashing into a telephone pole. Marzan then described the incident at the Public Safety News Network, which published his dash cam video to Facebook.
Marzan said he pulled a U-turn himself and called 911 to report the crash. As he drove by the parking lot, Samaha got out of the car wearing sweats and obviously not in a uniform.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever wear sweats?
Yeah. No, not that often.
Okay.
And let me say this, that when you're going to a call, if you're going to a hot call, you may jump out of your car and not lock it because it's that sometimes.
I've wondered about that.
Every second counts.
Yeah, sure.
And many times we leave the car running because you may have to jump back in just as quickly.
To chase somebody.
Sure. So I totally get how this happened. But like when we checked out a car every day, we got 2 sets of keys.
Oh.
So you can close the door, leave it running, lock the door.
Oh, that makes
typically,
perfect sense.
and then get back in.
Yeah.
So that step, and I don't know how SAC PD runs their fleet, but it could be that they don't have spare keys. Could be that they have to turn their car off when they respond to a call. I don't know exactly what their protocol is, but somewhere along the line, there probably will be a change, I'm guessing.
I don't know how you change that, but
Yeah, well,
okay.
hey, how about getting just a second set of keys? For
What if you
every
had
car?
like a remote?
You could do that.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of times, police cars, though, all have one key. Every car in the fleet operates off the same key.
Oh, so you could start any police car.
If you have that key, that way, if somebody says, "Hey, I've got something, I've got an extra, shotgun round or something in my car, I need them," you can go and get into his car if he's pinned down.
That's some insight you don't get on other shows.
Right.
You only get that here.
We couldn't do that in our department. You know why?
Why?
Because too many practical jokers. They go in and they enter crazy things on your computer.
Oh.
My favorite thing to enter on other people's computers.
Are you suggesting that you?
I may have been. I'm not sure what the statute of limitations is. I think I'm safe. But I used to get on other people's computers and type in, "I'm a little teapot, short and stout," and I would send that all MDTs. So that every lieutenant, sergeant, and other patrol officer that was working that night would get that on their MDT.
This show is Men Are So Smart with Lou Gallagher and Corvette Ronnie, the prankster, Officer Prankster.
So that's why we don't do the single key thing in Sac County.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah. Anyway, so the video, which is amazing video, it shows this bad guy getting out of his vehicle, running into the store barefoot and then this guy jumps out of his car and chases him into the store. Marzon. He jumps in and follows him into the store. And then the next thing you see is the guy being let out in handcuffs. And then shortly after that, actually Sac County came out and arrested the man for the theft. So good stuff.
All right. Well, our next story today on Officer Ronnie's Crime Beat, Florida man calls 911 to report himself drunk. Right, Ronnie?
Yes. Yeah, that happens a lot. Not that much. Not enough. Yeah, it should be. So in Florida, authorities are sharing the details of an unusual 911 call on New Year's Eve, of all nights, from a man who said he wanted to report himself drunk driving. When the dispatcher asked Michael Lester where he was, he said, "I'm too drunk. I don't know where I'm at."
And when she asked what he'd been doing all night, he said, "I don't know. Driving around. Trying to get pulled over, actually." So he had a goal.
Yeah. So,
you know how I am about goals.
You know what? You should have goals. And he didn't set the bar that high, so it's a reachable goal.
And not only that, Ronnie, I don't know why you're bitching. This guy's doing your job for you.
He took out like 90% of the work.
I know.
Yeah.
Now if you could just get him to fill out the paperwork.
Oh, boy, if only. Yeah, so he tells the dispatcher, "Oh, by the way, I'm driving on the wrong side of the road." The operator repeatedly urged him to park his truck and wait for officers to find him. Unfortunately, he chose the wrong spot.
The wrong spot, you say?
Yeah, "Look, I'm parked in the middle of the road," he said. Sirens could be heard in the background a short time later.
Deputies said Lester admitted drinking beers and swallowing methamphetamines. Swallowing?
Yeah.
I never heard of that. But he also said he barely slept for several days.
I've heard of that.
The sheriff's office Facebook post says Lester's criminal history includes DUI, aggravated battery, drug possession, and hit and run. So he's multi-talented.
Yeah. The only thing he didn't do this night was hit and run that we're aware of.
Yeah.
Driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs, serious crime. Innocent people are too often injured or killed from impaired drivers. DUI is not a laughing matter. However, this particular incident, nobody was hurt, so we couldn't help but put out the LOTO, which is short for them, laughed our tasers off.
You cops.
Congratulations to them.
Do you have any interesting stories like that, Ronnie, that you could share?
You know what? One time I was in training.
Huh?
We were driving north on Watt Avenue up past, where were we exactly? I know we were in North Highlands. And I want to say we were probably approaching E Street, right around there. And the truck in front of us just kind of suddenly swerves over. We were in the fast lane, the number 1 lane. He veers over just enough to where he hit the curb, the center divider, and his truck spun out right in front of us. And so we're like, whoa, car accident. And we get up and we talk to him, and as soon as he said 2 words, like,
holy moly!
Well,
It's like being at the Budweiser plant in Vacaville.
And the greatest thing for us, being sheriff's deputies, we don't arrest drunk drivers. We call highway patrol.
Uh-huh.
We do a short 1-paragraph little statement of how we came into contact with them, because there has to be a PC for stop. Or PC for stop was he crashed his own truck.
Yeah.
And so it was pretty straightforward.
That's kind of a red flag.
Yeah, that's a definite giveaway. So yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Oh wow.
And my very first one, when I was in patrol, right in training. I mean, I couldn't have been on my 2nd or 3rd night in the car seat, and that happened right in front of me.
What's the highest somebody's ever blown? For
wow.
you? Of course, I know you say you don't really do that, but
yeah. Well, we do take people to jail for being drunk in public, and we also had someplace we could take people that were habitual drunks, and it's called Volunteers of America. And I took somebody to Volunteers of America, and he was not falling down drunk. He was too drunk to be out walking around on his own, but he appeared to be handling it pretty well. And he blew a 4 something.
Oh, come on.
Which is, I mean, that's like a heartbeat away from, alcohol poisoning.
It's a heartbeat away from your heart beating just alcohol.
Yes. And so the people at Volunteers of America, where I had taken him, said he's a professional drunk, and that this is pretty much a maintenance level for him.
Got it. 4 point something.
Which is where he's able to function. You or I at 4 would be throwing up. We'd be stumbling drunk, slurring our words. It would be very, very obvious that we've had way too much to drink. And for this guy, it was like,
Thursday.
Yeah, this is
any other Thursday.
This is where I'm happy. This is my happy spot. That's not good.
Well, this has been another episode of Corvette Ronnie's Crime Beat. Hope you've enjoyed the program. Well, that I have. I love hearing these crime stories, especially when Ronnie shares stories from his adventures.
Yeah.
Hope you've enjoyed it too. So if you did like it, hit the like button.
Yep.
Also subscribe to the channel. And I mean that. If
Yes.
you don't, Ronnie will come to your house and he will type funny things on your computer.
I've been known to do that.
Or hack into your car because he has a key. I don't know. If you drive a Crown
Victoria.
Yeah. All right. So until we see you next time, thanks for watching Men Are So Smart. I'm Lou Gallagher.
I'm Corvette Ronnie.
And we'll see you next time.